That's right, we're ready to get into Game 4 of Falcons versus Tundra. Battle of the offlaners here. Amar is going to be on his Timbersaw, 33 on his Sand King. Some of the best player-hero combinations you're going to see in this series.
Oh, you're in ever. In the history of ever Dota that it's ever been played. I don't know why I said it like that, but, you know, since forever, I would rate ATF as the best Timbersaw that has ever touched Dota 2.
And 33 has certainly made a name for himself on Sand King. Maybe not his best hero, but certainly one of his best. And he's certainly one of the best Sand Kings in the world. So it is sure to be an interesting matchup. Let's get into game number 4. That's one of his top 5. Whitemon and his Warlock, he tore it up earlier in this series. Soxa is going to be rocking the Shadow Shaman, though. I don't know how many times I've seen that.
Is he 3-0 at this tournament?
I think he might be. Before this tournament, how much did he play it, though?
It was one of his heroes way back in the day, actually. If you go back to when he was playing with Misery on DC, he was kind of in that pseudo 4-5 pocket where he wasn't sure what he was going to end up playing.
Yeah.
Shaman was one of his classics. It was in this category of long range wave nukers that he would play as 5, but then farm like a 4 on. It was Shaman, Caudle, and Rubik.
I do remember that now.
So he is an old school Shaman player. He's very comfortable in the hero. We're going to see it here.
We're on a Shadow Demon, a hero combination for the ages. Classic. Has been around for quite some time.
Also the SF Clock bug abusers.
Disgusting.
Well noted.
Mirana Ember on the highest win rate of all of those.
Really strong combination.
Yeah, it's not one of the combos that you, I think, just go to when you think of hero combinations, but every single time I've seen that one, I've always been like, oh yeah, they have slight chains into arrow. That what a godly combo.
Honestly, Mirana's been going up in value this tournament. And we're going to see it twice here in the grand finals. In some very capable 5 players' hands. Hero looks strong. She trades well in lane, can buy all the utility. Moonlight Shadow has been really good around these Roche fights that are now back in the river, where you can take all these weird angles and it's a lot more important to get the jump. All that said, Austin, I'm going to say 2 things. One, it is the BZM show. He's back on his Invoker.
That's right.
That is good. And this game has some playmaking heroes. It has some spellcasters. It has some team fighters. It does not have these fat frontline blobby pieces of shit. And that's great for us because I will absolutely guarantee you, Austin, bet my goddamn career on it. This game is going to go the distance. And it's going to be the best game of the series unless we go to game 5, which will then be the best game of the series. It's going to be an absolute banger, Austin. I absolutely guarantee it. If it's not, you'll never see me again.
Okay, now we got some real spice to it. All right. I know Quinn was in the green room. Quinn, you hear that? I might need a new casting partner soon. Burst Strike into Sunstrike, and there it is. It's already begun, ladies and gentlemen. The show is just beginning to kick off. The BZM Invoker.
Making a name for himself once again as perhaps one of the greatest Invoker players. No, maybe the greatest Invoker player. Miracle fans in shambles with that statement, Austin, but it could be true one day. You never know if he wins a couple TIs.
Maybe.
What's to stop him? Right now, though, he's got to get through Falcons in his game 3 and claim this tournament win. This is where I like the Mirana. It's just really hard to trade with these supports.
Yeah, the first Sunstrike he threw missed out on the range creep last hit, and I think it's just been downhill from there when it comes to this lane. So hopefully a side lane set him up for more Sunstrikes.
They're pulling up top 2. Warlock PA lane, a Tundra classic. I think ATF.
Amar getting a bit low here. He has stick charges. He's really baiting it out. Goes down to like 20 HP and still falls.
There's nothing you can do there. There's too much sustain on this lane. It's a classic combination Tundra I've been winning with since Darachi was on the team. Making it work here again.
I guess the question is, how good is Chrysalis as a Phantom Assassin compared to Darachi, who
we're about to find out?
One of his best heroes, in my opinion.
He's played this hero a lot. It is way more of a comfort pick for him than something like the Underlord or Doom that he's, trying to make a name for, but this is a hero he's spammed. Very confident on it, and he's in good hands here. He has frontliners and stuns to play around. He has team fight. He has that Invoker to help him carry the late game. Not a lot of pressure on this PA in any one specific area. Just has to have an all-around solid game, and he can do some work.
Yeah.
That said, some tanky armor boys in this Falcons lineup. A classic for them. Tiny with all the extra armor, Dragon Knight with all the extra armor, Timbersaw with the extra armor. 3 extra armor passive cores.
Can you go like Revenant's Broach Phantom Assassin?
He wishes.
Is that a play?
He wishes right now. And Invoker in 2025.
He's 29 games compared to everybody else who's still in the single digits, and he's 20-8 with it. Everybody else, pretty unimpressive win rate.
Oh, I don't see Miracle on this list. Is that a real list?
I think you're looking for Ghost. Ghost is another Sunstrike. This one does land, but it does not net a kill. 33. Perhaps getting overly aggressive, also does end up dying.
I love that tiny animation. That's beautiful. This is the second game we're going to see Skeeter with the bugged out tiny skateboard. That's really nice. Really nice when you're trying to outlast hit him.
Yeah, you literally can't see him swinging. Yeah.
This is just pure jank right here. He just walks up to you, hand out. He just wants a hug, Austin.
Give me a hug. All of a sudden, bam, 230 damage.
It is actually Imba. I don't know how you're supposed to last hit against the highest base damage in the game with no animation.
Do you think Skeeter has found a way to do it intentionally?
I'll leave that up to the community to decide. I'll pass no judgment on that one.
Whitemon, he takes a lot of Shadow Poison stacks, but he has his own heals.
They're converging mid.
Rune. They are.
Is this a play?
Well, with the TPs coming in, see if they can stop with the meteors dropped on Malrein's head. He's going to be able to get up to the high ground. Those final hits, any high ground misses, they got it with Saksa.
Not a single miss.
Shadow Demon poisons raining in, but not enough for any kills.
The thing is, I think if he just ran, he would have lived.
Yeah,
or if he had landed the stun, he also would have lived. Then he went for the stun, got body blocked. Neither happened. I mean, Snaking, he'll get to farm this, though. He is the real core of this team, as we found out last game.
Yeah, it's true. That man farmed a lot of creeps last game.
So despite Malrein completely out CSing BZM, he's 18-18, by the way.
Pretty disgusting
pay
score.
The price, and now the net worth is pretty evened out.
Yeah, he's only less than 200 ahead of BZM at this point in net worth.
Does have an XP advantage still. No joke, when you're playing this Dragon Knight, you get that early Elder Dragon form, you can start pushing the tower. Very tricky situation to play Invoker into, because if you're the one getting ganked, especially with these catapults up, your tower starts getting
Dust on 33, he's in trouble. Avalanche, they can close that distance again. Snake King will hit him with a double Starstorm.
That Tiny's coming for you, boy.
And he throws the tree out at 33.
He's coming for you.
He survives for now. One more hit required from the bugged out Tiny. He's coming. Watch out. He gets away into the trees. He'll be fine for now. Saksa. Oh, those shackles into the Sunstrike. They set up a kill for BZM. They go from killing 33 to losing their support.
Skeeter, he can just skate away. That's all he can do down here. As the elusiveness of the 33 Sand King laning this game. Not jungling. Making it work. Early Sunstrike kills are exactly what you need, because that mid lane's still going rough. This gives BZM an extra little boost he needs to maintain his presence. I still expect Falcons to look for the ganks on this Invoker. This is around the time you want to do it, unless you're just going to trade out Wisdom Shrines and then go for that play. As Crystallis...
Close, but Amar...
Damn.
Knows he's out of damage.
He's up there alone because Whitemon, he's looking bottom. I need a gank going or something onto this time. I mean, this is a 1450 HP Tiny with Raindrop Wand. Here's that gank mid. Classic combination.
There it is. Disruption into Arrow. This seen it for like over a decade now. Meanwhile, Shackles into Burrow Strike with a bit of an epicenter, but Skeeter is so damn tanky. They actually feel like they maybe can't run him down underneath the tower. They're going to try, but they're running right into a bunch of trees, and Amar will gladly hit him with a big whirling death. The follow-up Chakram for 1 kill. Whitemon's tanky enough that he's still able to keep it going, and he is... he's got the Grimoire to use if he wants to. Double Shrine for Falcons. Is that a first?
Juicy. Ooh. Really juicy.
Dyer's middle
I like the TP from ATS. Defend your safe lane here. And they're going to get something out of it as well with the extra Whitemon kill. Now 33. Did you get spotted? No. I mean, this is the power of safe lane Tiny. It's been nerfed a little bit, but it's such a hard safe laner to go. Yeah, especially under the safe lane tower. So much HP to get through. Needed more damage there. Needed a Sunstrike. And of course, your Invoker was getting ganked. And his tower is getting hit. And this is the DK Invoker matchup. They had their choice of counterpick. This is what they opted for. Some serious tier 1 tower damage getting put in here from Malrein. Gotta take away BZM space, because we know he will come back.
Yeah. faster you take that tower as your Maureen, the faster you can start rotating to side lanes and finish up that Blink Dagger. Then you've got Blink Dagger instant stun into Arrow. Combined with the Shatter Demon combo they already have.
This early game's looking really strong for Falcons. Winning mid lane, they got that gank, counter gank bottom, and they have an insane amount of triangle stacks right now. Way more than what 33. Well, actually, it's pretty close. It's up there too. Both offlaners clearing through these stacks. Gonna get a massive boost.
They're beating on Dire's top tower.
ATF hits level 8, 33 level 7. And a decent chunk of gold out of this. Level 6 is available for Whitemon with the gold. So if Tundra want to make a similar play onto the Tiny, they have a little more oomph to do it with right now. But you have to pick your poison. Are you going to try and gank in this Tiny and slow him down? Or are you going to defend your Invoker mid and this tier 1 that is getting beat on by the Dragon Knight?
33 is going to come over. They're going to smoke on him. They are trying to couple together this play, but it may not be fast enough. They're still wrapping around. The Tornado Meteor is going to be dropped. The tower's about to fall. 33, he hits it. Epicenter, Burrow Strike from the trees. Wait a minute, he didn't complete his Epicenter. It felt like he didn't need it, and he may be right about that. Maureen's already dead, and Crit will be cleaned up in half.
Double kill.
5 heroes mid for Tundra to get something out of that tower exchange, and they get it big time. Those are huge kills to snag. Extra gold and experience for the Invoker. Most welcome as the Midas will finish.
Dire's top
Still have
tower
that
is under
Epicenter to fight with, so you're going to be aggressive. Look for some stack stealing. ATF never got through that Ancient stack.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Sneaky, you got to worry about where that Shaman is. They're going to TP the Dragon Knight straight back in.
Oh, that was a risky maneuver. Turns around, does hit a chakra amount, so 33 might just die to that as he's ticking down from the Blood Grenade. Not dead yet. Maureen's chasing after him into the Invis. Burrow Strike over the cliff, and away he goes. I can't believe he just lived through that.
Not enough stacks with the poison to finish him off. He just walks it off. Beautiful gameplay from 33. Leading Tundra back into this early game right now. It feels like Falcons were just caught off guard, not expecting so many heroes to be there with all the ultimates up. Can hit damage Maureen on the map though. And another Dragon Form committed top. Gonna push this lane in, start to threaten that tier 1 tower. BZM getting run down bottom.
Yeah, he was holding off. He was looking for a Sunstrike and a Mar. He knew what he was up to, found him through the trees, and just kills him. A Timber Saw killing an Invoker. That's just not supposed to happen like this.
1,400 damage in under 10 seconds here. The Timber God.
Dire have fortified.
It's another notch on his belt.
Glyph is going to be used. Maureen will take that tower regardless. So soon, Blink Dagger is being finished up by 33, and Epicenter is up in 18 seconds. So expect another smoke play perhaps out of that.
Look at the HP across these 3 cores. These are tough heroes to go Epicenter into, unless you get you almost want Falcons to group into you because you need the bonds damage more than anything else. You just find some isolated core on the map. Yeah, maybe you kill him. It's not that fun. Sunstrike definitely helps you out here. This is where Invoker can show his worth. Gives you more confidence going into some of these heroes. Man, 2,100 HP Tiny, 1,900 HP Dragon Knight, 1,700 HP Timber, 11 minutes in. Tough for these flat magic damage cores.
And what happens if the Invoker is dead? When you make your move, Tundra, we're looking for it in the bottom part of the map. BZM just barely escapes.
He has been hounded this game.
From a play, a Moonlight Shadow play from Amar and Snaking.
This is what you have to do with this hero. You can't let the Invoker exist for free. Just get caught playing games with everybody else. Maureen flying out the flame.
Yeah, they do have a disruption here for the Meteor if they want to use it. No, they... oh, wow.
Just bailed.
They've completely bailed. The Crit does not want to get sucked into giving another kill away, but it'll happen regardless. Soxa was there on the other side.
Another Sunstrike kill. ZM 6-2 now. Climbing that net worth chart. I've seen this before.
We have seen it a few times.
You can take his tower, you can hound him in the jungle, but he will find kills on the map, and there's so much setup in this Tundra lineup. That Sunstrike is guaranteed every time. Skeeter. Tanky.
He's tanky, but they've got so many disables, and they've got Epicenter. Still, the arrow comes out. Snaky's going to throw away the Sand King. He gets away from the Epicenter. He lives, and now the punish comes through. Maureen hits the stun. He goes up to the high ground. Amar's already waiting for him.
I don't know if the Croaker stun changed that outcome, but it's definitely annoying for 33 as a question mark gets dropped. Channeling the power of Emo here.
Yeah, I mean, if anybody's going to drop some question marks, it'd be Skeeter.
That is a showcase of the exact point I was making in terms of running this Sand King into these cores in a random part of the map that are isolated. It's not fun. They're so damn tanky so early.
The top play runs into BZM. Megan Tail hits the arrow, and they've got enough burst damage. They didn't have any detection, so it was necessary they found the jump.
He's not even full HP here. He's missing 400. You get the Sunstrike as well, and it's still not enough. Nice arrow from Snake King.
He didn't even have to blow the 13 wand charges to survive.
Yeah, that's the scary part here. You really have to respect these HP pools, and you got to bring numbers for these plays, or have the Invoker with you for meteor damage.
Could this be the second game in a row where Tundra just lack in damage?
Oh, they're gonna have a fast Cataclysm here. Halfway done. PZM, that gives you some damage.
Radiant's bottom tower's got problems.
Man, you got to remember what we saw ATF do with this hero yesterday versus Spirit. That was
Radiant's bottom tower is
a legacy game.
Yeah. Everybody thinks about Mars, Timbersaw for Amar, and that really showcased his prowess on the hero.
He truly did 1v9 that game. 1v11 if you count some coaches in there.
And the best part is he told his team he was going to do exactly that.
He's a man of his word.
His promise, yeah. Battle Fury done for Chrysalis at 15 minutes.
The net worth is still very even in this game.
Speaking of 15 minutes, Tundra might be able to do a fast Tormentor here.
I like it.
Falcons out of position, perhaps, or are running to it, but they're going to be too late. The Sunstrike's coming in to help them out, and they will have the damage without anybody dying. Now they start backing away, but Falcons, the smoke may still have a chance to land here. They're going to be underneath the ward. When the smoke breaks, they immediately spot Snaking, and they start scrambling, trying to get away. Soxa gives up. He puts himself on the front lines. Hex, Shackles, 33's not sure if they can go in or not. They drop the golem. Got a good Fatal Blonde. Soxa is going to be left behind. Any little damage over time would finish him off, but he manages to stay alive. A Sunstrike lands on a crit, and it's going to be Tundra who walk away with the kill.
Did they know Malreen's here?
Malreen is getting away. Is Soxa wait? You don't see him.
Radiant's middle tower.
Moonlight Shadow runs out.
Dude, I thought for sure they have dust on Whitemon. It seems like they knew he was there if they check it like that. They didn't dust.
Maybe they don't know. They weren't sure if he had a TP or not. Assumed he TP'd away. The supports get a little bit low. Malreen now pops out with his dragon form. Gets the other one.
33 has still not popped this epicenter.
He's hold his epicenter forever.
He's pump faked it 20.
He's thinking about it now.
Still pump faking it.
Amar got it out of him. Epicenter gets used. Dragon Tail hits him. The Phantom Assassin is on his way. Amar's going to be low here. Disruption's going to be used, but Chrysalis didn't jump. He's waiting out his timing, waiting for Amar to pop back out. Now he got him. Good patience from Chrysalis, but it lands him right in the Croaker again. He's running into all of these fights, stunning all of these heroes, but they manage to get the kill. Anyway, it's a double kill for Crit.
Backlit has done some work.
Valve needs to reprogram these guys. They need to make them chill out a little bit, man. These guys are insane.
Either way, that's a kamikaze move here for the PA. You get a kill, but you're just stuck in the middle of this Dragon Knight. Didn't get the Sandstorm here before the stun. Makes a big difference in terms of the DPS. Very nice disruption. No Sunstrikes here to play with. Here's another one, though. As the kills just keep rolling.
Both teams sticking around in this corner of the map. Both teams had a fair amount of vision to work with. Some of it has since been dewarded. Now the Cataclysm is online.
Big items coming out here in the next few minutes. So that Ags got finished up for the Timbersaw.
Snaking may be the first victim. Soxa has a Blink Dagger.
You have Cataclysm
ready.
You have Kata, in fact, on top of this. If you really need the damage.
So it's like,
yep, there it goes.
Guaranteed. Ooh. Not quite enough damage. Soxa should be able to finish him off. Blood Grenade to make sure. Oh, wait, the Bavis.
He's out of hand. Wait. He just didn't shock him.
Okay. Well.
Wait, he's going to get him on the backside. No,
he's going to walk into Malreen.
And he gets arrowed.
Okay. Well, Snake King survives. It's Pavis into Solar Crest. He now has that done.
A little too tanky there, even for a Cataclysm.
Yeah, that's
18
surprising.
minutes. Okay, lock that one off. But this is a spell that Falcons are going to have to think about. You get AoE stunned in these fights, right? The Sand with Bonds. You do not want to get Bonds Cataclysm in this game. Just not enough
He
damage.
was certain he had him with the blood grenade, I think.
To travel done for the Invoker. This is where the split push will start to pick up. Where this game can become a nightmare for Falcons to play because they have all this strength, all this ability in the straight team fight, and a lot of stun potential. Can you catch heroes around the map? Yeah, hard to find. Invoker, go shoving your map with Forge Spirits, kind of tough to find. Tundra pushing towards their fighting items. BKB for the PA and Ags for the Sand King are when these cores are going to be able to commit to the fight and have a lot of threat and set that fight up for BZM to clear through. Gotta take advantage of Moonlight Shadow in this game. It's going to be a huge spell. Don't give free initiations to the Shaman. Don't give free initiations to the Sand King. Be able to start on the Invoker, the PA first. That would be the dream with this lineup that can just chain stun you 100 to 0.
Shadows take us.
Spot Soxa coming in. The two supports exploring the jungle area. Likely thinking that if they find some of these heroes, Shackles into Sunstrike with a little extra damage, might be a kill, but Falcons aren't giving them that kind of solo pickoff opportunity. Playing around each other with a 3 or 4 man squad constantly. The one person who's standing alone, Amar, because he's got an Aghanim Scepter.
He's unkillable right now.
Yeah, he's nigh untouchable.
Someone better
It would have to be BZM joining the gank for you to bring this guy down.
Yeah, hit him with the tornado, dispel out that X. Okay, Cataclysm is going to give some information, much needed information to Chrysalis. He also needs to blink away. BZM will provide a little bit of that. But Amar, still chasing after him, hit the dust onto BZM. BZM trying to get himself out of there with the tornado, but it's going to be an avalanche arrow combination that will spell his doom.
I mean, he's probably saying, brother, why'd you bring him to me?
Yeah.
I was chilling up here. I was just farming.
Understandably, Chrysalis, he saves his own skin because he almost has BKB, and that will certainly help turn the game a bit in Tundra's favor. Demonic Purge helping ensure the kill. Soxa is not going to be able to rely on his foul play so much.
A nice Shadow Demon game as we scale here. This hero hasn't been super popular, but he's still incredibly powerful in these games that just go later and later. These purges out, get some cleanses out,
beating on Dire's top
get a
tower.
break going versus the PA here. Super nasty spell for you to fight into here as Crystals. You're not jumping the Shadow Demon first.
Dire's top tower
Force
is under
disruption
attack.
against this lineup. The ability to save heroes that get jumped by the Shaman or the Sand King versus that Cataclysm. Absolutely
Those
massive.
cracks in Dire's top tower?
Well, Ag's done for 33 Tundra. They always find the farm. They have their item timings right now. Love a fight with all this extra damage. Even more so, I think, would like Falcons to clump in this game. They just haven't gotten that big 5-on-5 clash with the Bonds epicenter going through everybody.
Again, the trio of Soxa, Whitemon, 33, trying to find an opening. They've got a 4th man in the Cataclysm to join them, and Chrysalis isn't too far away. The smoke, it pushes past Snaking, it breaks on him. They blink forward, they get the stun, but Soxa, he almost dies immediately. They drop the gold line with the Fatal Bonds. Here comes the Cataclysm, and boom! There it goes! A nuclear bomb just explodes in Tundra's face and blows Falcons out of the water.
Double kill.
Knockout punch from Tundra. Skeeter, the only one to survive. He was the only man who wasn't bonded to the rest.
And look at the damage numbers. Invoker with 3,600, Whitemon with 3,500.
Yeah.
He just doubled up that cat. That's like quad Sunstrike on everybody. That is the combo we've been talking about. That's why you don't want to clump in this game. If you were Falcons before you have the BKBs or extra dispel, you gave it to him once. That might be all it takes for Tundra to claim a foothold on this game. And it's just Soxa going in, baiting them out, 4-man bonds. He can't get out of it.
Yeah.
They're too slow.
And the funny part is, like, they have some answers to it, but they use the disruption aggressively instead of trying to use it on Maureen defensively in that situation. You have the Mirana, who apparently was out of lead charges, so he was stuck in the Cataclysm as well. And back in real time, though, Avalanche Arrow finds its mark once again. BZM has been victim to this a number of times.
Skeeter still quietly having a very good game here after he had that 18-1 Earths game. He's 4-0-5 here on this Tiny.
Yep.
Has not died. Has made his impact felt with this Shadow Blade. Did not die in that team fight either. He's stepping it up here when Falcons need it the most. He's almost top net worth in this game. He could do some serious work here. Finding the backline in these fights, finding the Invoker in these fights, forcing detection out of Tundra. You combine that with the Moonlight Shadow. The gems and the sentries have to be on point here from the Tundra support duo.
Dire's
You will get
top
demolished
tower
in
is
these
under
fights.
attack.
So you go back to the map being split. This game is dead even. It feels like every time the map splits up, Falcons benefit. Every time
The prize is mine.
the map condenses and these teams group, Tundra benefit.
Just because the Phantom Assassin has Battle Fury and they've got a Midas Invoker who's farming up a different part of the map at the same time.
I think it's just more the execution. I think Falcons have found more pickoffs when everybody split up, and I think Tundra have had more success in the team fights. You gotta remember, they have this Aegis right now too. 3 minutes left on it. Yeah, I'd be pretty tempted to try and just force the head-on team fight. Question is, how do you get it here with how much Falcons are splitting the map? It's not easy. There's no clear objective to force that Falcons are gonna feel pressure to defend, and they just finished BKB on the Tiny. So if you go super deep into Falcons side of the map, just daring them to fight you, it's a fight Falcons could be willing to take.
Quick pick. Okay, not as quickly as they anticipated. Snaking double leap away, and a TP on the golem got dropped too. Oh, that's so value, Snaking.
Yeah, he's laughing about it.
He reveals a 4-man rotation from Tundra, and he got them to use the golem.
That is so much space right now during this Aegis period.
Oh, yeah, I mean, if you're Falcons, you can probably pretty confidently just take Tormentor. You're on the right side of the map for it, and the enemy team doesn't have some of their team fight spells.
This game is literally dead even. It was within 10 gold less than a few seconds ago.
That's fine.
I mean, it's just parrying all things. These supports are within
Radiant's top tower.
breathing distance of each other. All these cores have pretty much matched everything. You cannot ask for a closer game right now. It is Tundra with the Aegis, but it's not going to be an Aegis period they get a lot done with as Falcons continue to be elusive around the map. The BKBs are coming in. That's BKB Dragon Knight, BKB Tiny, and BKB Timbersaw just about to be finished. Triple BKB timing for Falcons, a true classic for this roster.
I really thought they were going to be the ones setting up on Tormentor, but it's instead Tundra. I guess Falcons feeling like they don't want to risk it, as they would potentially be fighting into an Aegis.
That's a tough fight, right? Again, you're going into the AoE team fight of Tundra and the Aegis on the Phantom Assassin. Tough right now. I think if you had finished the Mars BKB a little earlier and you could make a solid move there, it's contestable. Just not really worth it right now.
33 sitting behind BZM, expecting Falcons to try and make a jump on him, so he's precasting the epicenter.
He's just practicing the pump fakes for later. Got the Tiny too. I like the blink here for Skeeter. More mobility on this Tiny, more ability for him to pick his own angle in the fight and find that Invoker or one of the backline supports as Crystal just pushes up here into the whole team.
Yeah, he almost forced Falcon's hand there, but Falcons really just do not want to jump an Aegis that is almost out.
Yeah, I respect this discipline here. It's very tempting to go on that.
Radiant's top tower.
It's just
is
not
under
worth it.
attack.
45 seconds, that fight becomes way easier. And of course, you have Snaking always pushing out these waves, getting out on this Mirana.
Radiant's top tower deserves just
It seems to be part of the strategy change that Falcons have made. It seems important for them to be able to have a support that is able to play just clean up on lanes.
Oh, they always enjoy that. Let's these big beefy cores play together and take the fight where and when they want.
And every once in a while, you will die when making a move like that, and I think BZM is hoping to punish him.
You would love to catch pesky support. Really, though? Or are you going to drop another golem on Snake King's Ghost?
Yeah, Snake King's not making it easy for them. He got away last time, and another Moonlight Shadow. Timed at the perfect time, right as
he's going to get out again.
Tundra are going to make the move on him. He's away into the night. He is a ghost. The Cataclysm's going to get used. They know he's somewhere around here, but they're too late.
It's so elusive. I mean, at this point, even if you catch the guy, it's not worth the chase. Didn't get a gem though, Whitemon. It's up to gold for it.
Crystal's is alone up here. He has BKB, but there's also a Shadow to me. He's got to be a little bit careful.
Triple BKB timing for Falcons, but this is the fight Tundra won.
TPs start coming in from Tundra. Looking at Amar. They've got this high ground ward. They want to play around. Vision. Falcons, they spot their mark. They go for Maureen. Heads up already. No BKB. Immediately waiting for the disruption. 33. He commits the epicenter for it. Still no BKB from Maureen.
Where was it?
Respected. Thought he was saved by crit. Amar pops the BKB. TP's out. Skeeter tries to go for the fast kill on 33. Doesn't get it. BKB himself and TP away. The crits will not be enough damage. And the back lines, Amar, he BKB TP'd out, but I think they dropped the golem on him. Canceled the TP, he's dead.
The tip comes out from Soxa as the shackle does. Smiley faces return as the big timber saw gets kited. Game's too easy for Soxa. Just kiting them out, finding jumps on that high ground ward. Vision played a huge role there for Tundra. That's the big question. Where was this BKB on the Dragon Knight?
Yep.
You got to be spamming it out here, right? You don't know where this Sand King is.
I mean, just think if they commit and he had used BKB, that might have been really bad for Tundra. That Dragon Knight's not an easy guy for just Crystallis to bring down with physical damage.
Oh, we saw how much damage Skeeter did.
What happened to Amar's BKB TP out, though? Did he drop Golem on him? Because there's nothing else, right, that would stop him if he wanted to get out.
It got canceled.
Did he cancel it himself, thinking when Skeeter went in, they were going to still fight?
Yeah, he had to have canceled himself.
Falcons.
Maybe he got clipped by Golem, but...
Had this game very even between the two teams. But now it feels like it's slipping away. Tundra up to a 6,000 net worth lead and a Phantom Assassin that is growing ever larger.
More importantly, here. Oh, what happened?
Yeah, they golden him.
Yeah, not clipped. They just dropped it on him.
Yeah, that's funny.
Bigger thing about this game, though, is this Invoker is just... I mean, he is so farmed. You're going late game against this Invoker, and your Dragon Knight is falling behind. Gotta find a way to pick up this mid differential right now.
Yeah.
Scale this DK into the late game and shut down the scaling of BZM. And right now that's not happening. And Tundra probably feeling very comfortable with their position. This Invoker can do some serious work versus triple melee core in this game. Gotta think about the late game fights with all these ice walls and blasts and whatever.
They really want to pick off to get Roshan. And the scan is on the money. They used Moonlight Shadow to get in position mid, didn't find anything. Then they re-smoked. They spent so many resources to make this happen. But Tundra have all the information. Now they're the ones up onto the high ground with their own smoke play.
This ward on the hill is incredibly good if they show, however.
That is true. They could go back to it.
Boys, you have Moonlight Shadow in a minute.
Sentry going to be dropped in the mid lane by Whitemon.
This hill got pinged by Whitemon.
Play for the 32-minute rune.
Soxa just in the river right now, ninja geared.
Maureen on the low ground, crit up on the high ground. They're trying to bait out Maureen again.
He wants to jump, but you know that disruption is behind him.
He's trying to bait it out. He's too far away. Disruption goes down. When he comes back up, he has to bomb BKB and try and get through the wards. Oh, they actually still jumped in. They got baited in this time. Maureen says, fool me once. Shame on you. Fool me twice. They try and go for more. Tundra, 33, still sticking around looking to epicenter. They lost both their supports and they're still looking for a fight. Seeing if Falcons give them an opening, but Amar promises nothing. He pushes forward with his BKB. Tearing them to turn back around on him with the Aghanim Scepter. They burrow strike back into the Dragon Knight. Maureen's in some trouble. Another disruption save. Justice, get him out of it. The golem's going to be dropped in. Throw some damage back on. 33, who's falling fast, does end up going down. Whitemon with the channel, trying to slow these heroes down. And Skeeter, he's going to make sure that doesn't stick around. That's going to be a dieback for Whitemon.
No way to turn this fight right now. Not enough firepower in the tank. These disruptions absolutely on point as both supports just got obliterated in that river instantly. They'll head into Roche, claim their prize. The front line prevails right now. It was an early hex for BZM. Didn't feel like he got to make the most of it in those exchanges.
No, he certainly didn't. You can see and that of course he gets it.
We haven't seen the
Skeeter will pick up the Aegis before the Forge Spirit denies it. But every single time you take a win over Tundra, they always sneak something back into their own favor.
Look at the toss back by Skeeter. This is why I really like the blink on the Tiny. He finds Whitemon there, tosses him in on top of Soxa. Both supports absolutely done. And some more clutch spellcasting and item usage from Falcons. Forces DK out, disrupt him, reset a lot of that damage. And ATF is just always going ham while this is happening. When you're trying to burst that DK, this Timbersaw is dicing you up right now. Ag's done for the SD. Crit is coming alive in this game 4. He is strong, man. This is
easy.
Double demonic purge with break.
He's so cheeky, man. He's trying to get this kill on Crit, which would have been the gem, but the gem actually gets put back onto the courier. Crit knows not to hold on to it for long. Not if he's playing solo.
Gems are so important for the invis of both teams. And it's getting to that point where this Falcons tri-core is scaling so damn well. We've seen this before.
Radiant's top tower has
Tundra are going to have to out-execute them here down the stretch. And a lot of that does rely on this Invoker, man. You gotta put on the show. Gotta deliver. Find big connections with these meteors. Maybe get more stuns in this lineup too. A refresher for 33 would be huge in this game. Not just for the double epi, but just having more lockdown capability. Will the burst these heroes down.
They'll put out a Skeeter, but again, they learned their lesson from last time. They are never sure if Crit is there to bail somebody out. Even still, 3,800 HP Tiny with an Aegis. I do not know how Tundra wins a fight against this kind of firepower, this kind of HP.
It's just so nice for Shadow Demon. You have all these tanky frontliners. You could throw Disseminate on them. Tundra are going to beat themselves up trying to kill you.
Yep.
And Disruption guarantees that your 3 cores, all with BKB, will get that BKB off when they come out of it. And there's nothing you can do about that if you're Tundra.
Yeah. And he's got both the Shard and the Aghanim Scepter, so he can cleanse them up after they get gone on.
Oh, yeah. This SD is a big problem right now. If Tundra can find a way to kill Crit first, it's a dream scenario for them.
It might actually be crucial for him just to get rid of Fatal Bonds. They get another situation where there's good Fatal Bonds, cleanse 2 people, disrupt the 3rd.
Radiant's top tower has looked better.
Snake King cutting the top wave, but man, this guy, he just somehow, he literally left as 33 Burrow struck air.
Is under attack.
It was like the same instance.
Where did I go?
North American instinct right there. Mustn't be say anymore.
Yeah.
The man's been hunted his whole life. He knows how to escape.
Yeah. Back to Tormentor. This will be Falcon's first time being able to take it.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
And Whitemon has opted for a gem. Falcons have been playing a lot in their side of the map, but they're not sure what kind of vision is out there.
Snake King rewarded with the shard again. Extra leap charge, really nice. That's the big deal here. Can escape even more reliably.
That's true. Watch this. They were making this Burrow Strike bots play.
He had no reaction because he already knew.
Yep. Cool as a cucumber, Snake King.
He probably told the team, "You'll watch this. I'm gonna dodge this guy's Burrow."
Would have been? It should have been even cooler. He should have done a little 360 before he lived away.
360 no scope. No, that's true.
Now that's North American.
Maybe next time. I wouldn't rule it out here.
Level 25 very soon for Skeeter.
Still has not died in this game. 606. Almost level 25, you said, and 40 seconds left on this Aegis. So if you push now and get a fight, you get that 25 in the middle of the fight. could be super impactful.
It said Chrysalis is already level 25. Triple strike stifling dagger for him.
And don't underestimate this PA's damage if the alacrity comes out.
Yeah.
It's straight nasty.
I mean, I was thinking the setup of Fatal Bonds into Cataclysm. Got him on the side.
He's alone.
He is
out of range on the shackle.
Crit's coming. He's here now. The BKB's going to go off. Dragon Tail stunned. He's just got a TP out. Does he make it, though? The Golem hits him. He's dead.
Maureen, what are you doing up there?
I don't know. The rest of Falcons had already started backing away, and he seemingly did not get the same memo the rest of them did.
Should have done a 360 blink out. Taking a page out of his captain's book here. What a bad death for the Dragon Knight. Sets Falcons back.
And Maureen has had a couple of those this game, and it is killing Falcons and their lead that they keep on getting and then throwing away.
The good news for him is this is a very stable tri-course. You can always fall back on your two other carries here. Both of which are having very good games and are incredibly farmed. That level 25 is done for the Tiny, and the level 25 for the Timber is not far behind.
But it's a great item he's got too. Pyrrhic Cloak on a Timber Saw against the agility hero, Crystallis. Skeeter.
Think about going into Disseminate. Pyrrhic Cloak here.
Got one hit, doesn't avalanche, doesn't toss. They don't get the arrow. As a result, they try and make a retreat. Tornado goes out at the same time as Shackles.
A little awkward.
Yeah, awkward. BKB. Skeeter's going to hold on to it. He's got a crit behind him. He has placed full confidence in his support to bail him out when necessary.
Crystallis really has to watch these purges. You land Demonic Purge on this PA in the fight, it's absolutely massive. You're going to be able to hunt him down easily. Falcons escape now.
Yeah, I'm surprised considering they have that possibility.
Silver Edge as well for the Tiny. A lot of break mechanics in this game.
Yeah.
Tundra just charging down mid.
Cataclysm for some info. Free little scout of where Falcons is at, what they're up to.
Need more information in this game. You're playing against Silver Edge Tiny. You're playing against that Marana. Very hard to keep track of these heroes right now. Crystallis once again hunted by Skeeter.
And he's going to be hit toss this time into the arrow. Where are the saves from Tundra? Can they bail him out? Certainly not. He's already gone. Full retreat from Tundra. 33 blinks away just before Skeeter can find his hit. Still chasing after him. Closing that distance. If he gets close enough for the harpoon, he'll pull 33 back, but he gets another burrow strike away, and he is home free.
Does a lot more damage now with this Shiva's ceremonial robe, amping up the magic damage. But we are seeing the effects of the initiation power for Falcons. You get this Tiny on the front line. You can always bail out your initiator with disruption. Just such a strong presence around the map. Those toss charges are deadly. You're going to get double toss into arrow.
Scan there. BZM pushed up the lane. They got a scan on him running through, but
he's difficult to catch. Does have buyback if something goes wrong.
He's going to get baited in. Going on to Maureen. Crit. Waiting. Now disrupting. Does he blink after any stuns? They're going to go out. Shivas is going to be Amar trying to catch BZM, but of course he doesn't have any stuns.
You don't have PA. You got to get the hell out.
Yeah.
A little distraction. The scale continues to pour in here for Falcons. They are getting so big on these cores.
Shadow Shaman saved by the foul play. Not saved. Amar tries to get him with the Shivas, but a blink away saves his life. EMP burns out some of the mana from Amar, gets the other side of the cliff just in the nick of time. 33. Slow on the burrow strike. Maureen hits the high ground a couple of times with his double siege wagons, but they didn't really push things while the Phantom Assassin was dead, and that's because Roche is going to spawn soon. In fact, it's up right now.
Shielder and Bottom River, Roche online. This is a big one. Refresher Shard, Roshan. Not something you want to give to Tundra here with their big team fight.
Tundra will try and take it by force.
They got the catch.
Get the catch on a Snake King.
No 360 leap away for him.
They do have a disruption. Crit immediately tries to TP away and makes it just before the burrow strike lands. He risked his life to bail on his other support who is still going to die, but it almost cost them both their supports. What it may have just cost them is Roshan, as Tundra are in a much better position to take this right here and now.
It feels like he's escaped the whole game, but that one time to die was the worst of any of them.
It's also because they used the Dragon Form in that mid lane move, right?
Yeah, definitely a more difficult contest. You just weren't ready for it. Roar comes out, but even if you make the move now, too late. Damage is done, and Refresher online for BZM. This is where this hero becomes absolutely terrifying. If he gets to level 25, he's fully online in terms of the team fight. Aegis to Crystallis. Refresher Shard. If he keeps it for a second round of everything here, be pretty nice for him, but nope. Gives it over to the 33. That's what I expected here. Double Epicenter, double Burrow Strike without having to buy you the Refresher of your own.
Sounds pretty good.
Yeah, that is a lot, especially when this Invoker is throwing
they're
so
going
much
through
damage.
the gate, going to Soxa right now. Soxa is playing around his Watcher.
They're going to find
some
Maureen
heroes around.
The 50-50.
Oh, they slipped right on by, and now they see, oh, there are people coming through the gate. They back away to the corner. Oh, the Cataclysm, and it reveals them. And Whitemon's too far away to drop the rock on him.
That is so close to being goal.
Sweating bullets out here. 4,000 net worth lead. That could have been such a huge windfall for Tundra. They already have the Aegis, but you get a pick off like that, and you're taking over the entire map.
Everybody hunting for these level 25s right now. So close on so many of these cores.
Back through the gate again because they spot Skeeter on some vision. That vision in turn gets spotted by Snake King and killed.
It's a dangerous area to fight in if you're Tundra. If Falcons hold this hill, tough to go high ground here when they're all together.
Maureen, he's pushing out. The rest of his team is still up on this high ground. They spot him for a second here. Crit,
no,
a little bit scared. Blinks backward. He BKB's early.
That was
blinks
janky.
Backward early. PCM, a bots 2 on a Soxa who puts him in position to hit the tornado. They'll catch Crit.
That is the best target to catch every single time. Falcons instantly bail on that.
No chance at a blink after that disruption. They cover it nicely with the deafening blast.
Still, that all starts with Maureen just being a little too forward there.
Yeah.
Like the fact he gets caught first, you have to BKB early bailout, breaks that formation. You're not able to hold that high ground. Maybe that's not a fight you want to take anyway, so you're happy to just get out of there with a support death. That is an Aeon.
Everybody get out. They're chasing all the way across the map. Amar, Timber Chain, no! Soxa, too quick on the fingers, hits him with the Hex. And now all the disables are going to start coming in. Can they chain it enough that he doesn't get off this BKB? No, they just do not have the damage, not without the Phantom Assassin. Ooh. Who does arrive and
He's got a
did
basher,
have
man.
a basher. There was a chance. There was a chance.
Dear God.
Meanwhile, Falcons, of course, whenever you try and kill one of their heroes, all the other heroes immediately push out lanes. That happens in mid. Skeeter's there. Maureen, meanwhile,
instantly
uses BKB earlier. Blinks away.
The game of cat and mouse right now.
BZM gives chase. Skeeter blinks.
Did he know?
He's got a Silver Edge in a second here. He'll be fine. Far too close to the base. Tundra to do anything with it.
These plays are so close.
2 minutes left on the Aegis.
BZM just trying to get to 25 right now. As you have Aegis for 2 minutes still. A lot of time on that clock. And an amp damage spawns top.
Snake King trying to blow him up real quick. Has plenty of lead charges and an Ogre Seal Totem to boot. The mobility is off the charts for this guy.
You gotta be really careful about these jumps because Skeeter can blink toss you back. In this game, you're not as worried about this slow miss anyway. 10 epicenter pulses is insane with this Ags.
Yeah. Drop the wards on him. Cataclysm revealing their positioning. Quick retreat from Falcons.
No post pause shenanigans.
Tier 2.
Which are preventing right now.
Skeeter will pop out for the deny, but that's all they'll take.
So no fight with this Aegis. Looks like it's going to expire without a big clash. Minute left on the timer here. Let's start thinking about buyback status in this game. We're approaching the later portion. Everybody has buyback. Except for Crit. He's a little gold short, but he will get it here. Also got to start thinking about where you take these fights because of the buybacks. It's going to be tough for either of these teams to go into the other if there's 10 lives on the board.
Chasing after Skeeter. Still hit the Hex on him, even if they missed the Burrow Strike. Still holding on to his BKB. Skeeter just refuses to use this item if he doesn't have to. The perks of having 4,600 HP.
And max move speed.
And max movement speed. Yeah, you could take a lot of damage. You've got a lot of status resistance. Chances are they are not going to be able to chain the disables long enough to kill you. So
power of Moonlight Shadow. Just use extra MS around the map. I know, it's some Silver Edge, some Swift Blink. This Tiny is really fast in the fights.
Yeah, 20% evasion goes a long ways when you've got that big of a health pool. Cataclysm reveals all of them. Nice little fireworks show as we wait for the next fight.
A little attention test. All the buybacks are up. Everything is on the table right now. Snake King heading bottom. Does he know how many heroes are here?
One of them just left. And the arrow. Oh, the arrow. It scoots right up by two different heroes. They saw two of them, and they're immediately going to try and get a grab onto somebody. BKB for safety. Crystallis. He ducks into the trees. BKB TP's out.
BKB TPs are still guaranteed for Tundra in this game. There is no cancel to it.
Yeah. I mean, is there ever going to be a cancel
Probably
to
not.
it?
Probably not.
Watch all the sunstrikes of the game.
Oh, I thought this was all the Snake King death.
No, that'd be a different game.
I mean, is this really a montage when everyone's just shackled? Like,
yeah, it's not a terrible amount of skill. It's more of a okay. That one was good. That one was good. That one was a freeform
more of a Soxa montage than anything else. That's all I'm gaining.
Yeah.
Juicy one.
That okay. You got to give credit where credit is due.
That was not
sniping the Roshan. That one was sick.
10 buybacks available as we approach the 50-minute mark. One Pyrrhic Cloak picked up in this game. It is on Amar.
Yeah.
Be careful about that reflect damage. Again, think about the reflection in this game. Disseminate as well. AC done for the Dragon Knight, who also hit the level 25. Took the Elder Dragon form talent. So much armor. 80% physical resist. Across the board on these cores, it's going to be a slog to get through if you don't have Alacrity on Crystallis and he gets some timely crits. As Tormentor goes down.
Okay, now that's the thing though. Tundra know they just did the Tormentor and they smoked from the base and are getting behind Falcons. Falcons are going to go through the gate.
They get out with everybody?
They got everybody through the gate before Tundra's strike team hits.
You still have this refresher shard on 33. He did hit 25 as well.
They're going to go through the gate, but Crit, did he see it coming? He blinks backwards. I think maybe somebody pinged?
Like Shadow? BZM on top of them.
They are. BZM hits a tornado on it, already setting up. Maureen has to pop his BKB. Goes after the Shadow Shaman. Good blink away. The Nullifier is far too far out. And they hit that center burst strike on a Skeeter. Shackles goes out as well. But meanwhile, Mars hitting the back line. Well, same goes with Skeeter. Skeeter got the Shadow Demon. He's already dead. The Shadow Demon is out of the fight. Now we got the break onto the Dragon Knight, who doesn't have a BKB. Crystallis, Meteor, it's running him down. And that's Crystallis finishing up the Dragon Knight. Skeeter's dead as well. Falcons are going to fall one by one to the might of Tundra. Amar with his BKB, it simply will not last long enough. Maybe a Timber Chain away, but there's 33. Patient as always, waiting, biding his time until he finally strikes with a Blink Burrow.
Such a clutch burrow by 33. He catches this Tiny just running in. There's a sentry on the ground. They see him. And the damage being dealt from this Invoker is out of control. That last definitely blast into the Meteor seals their fate as Crystallis, he gets the Satanic off. He lives. There is no heal up on this Tiny to stay in that kind of fight. His Satanic yet to be purchased. Just didn't have the same sustain. And the double epicenter there off the refresher shard.
Go, an aggressive force staff. What the hell is that, Maureen? They instantly buy back. The arrow goes out. Doesn't hit Crystallis. Crystallis is able to get a jump away. He doesn't have BKB for 25 seconds. If they could have gotten a stun on him, they might have been able to kill him.
4 buybacks. You got nothing.
Clean retreat from Tundra.
This is just... It forces out a disruption on the Tiny early, which is what you want. Because, again, you have second epicenter to play with here. You have second everything on the Invoker. And you're just wearing through the BKBs.
Yeah.
On the side of Falcons, they don't have enough sustain here. Maybe if you burst Crystallis down before he gets full Satanic heal off. Even then, this fight just looks so damn tough. There's Forge Spirits, there's a Golem, there's an Upheaval. Gotta find the backline, gotta find easier targets to burst. Gotta make the fight easier for Crit. He was the first to go down. That is a nightmare scenario for Falcons. The item of choice for Skeeter, Daedalus. He wants more burst damage, more unpredictable damage. Land a few good crits here with that tree. just win you this game, as 6.5 minutes on the clock for these buybacks on Falcons. They're going to play aggressive. They're going to start hitting the Roshan.
Interesting move. Moonlight Shadow trying to disguise some of this move. Skeeter hitting the Roshan, thinks better of it, and backs out with his Silver Edge.
Part of why that fight worked so well for Tundra is they had multiple angles here. Falcons looking to replicate it a little bit. Triple arrow online.
The triple arrow was dangerous in that last series from Snake King.
This is no joke. You randomly snag a support on the backline can make a huge difference here.
10,000 net worth lead for Tundra. They have almost everything they need. Chrysalis is almost level 30. He almost has a refresher on top of buyback.
Just how do you win this fight if you're Falcons? It's a dire outpost right near Roche. They have all 5 of their buybacks available.
Yeah, it's like guaranteed the Tundra win because they've got 10 heroes to work with, and you've only got 5.
Oh, they found
already the jump onto Crim might just make it 4. A self-disruption, but when he comes back in, Shackle on the DK, surrounded by the epicenter, and yeah, okay, Maureen's just gone. 2 dead. Maureen gets swept up in the action, once again gets picked off, and now Amar, he tries to clear out the mid wave. They're chasing after him. He does have a refresher here. Whitemot still has the Golem. They're going to try and quickly kill him and the 2 supports. They take out the Golem at least from the Warlock as they eliminate him. BZM coming in from behind. Hits the Tornado. Timbersaw tossed it up the Shadow Shaman. Foul play. He's okay for now, but the Shivas, it'll finally take him down. The refresher was used by Amar. He's got to get out of here. Long Timber chain away. And somehow this play, it works.
He salvages a situation that was completely dire for Falcons. They get 2 buybacks out of it. Both supports maybe jump the gun a little bit. No buyback available for this Dragon Knight. No buyback for this Shadow Demon. Still have 70 seconds here if you're Tundra. What do you want to do? Do you want to roast? Do you want to push down mid?
Seems like the choice is to go down mid. 1 minute to work with no Maureen. The biggest thing I think they have to be a bit nervous about is the toss back into Arrow.
You have to think about the Tiny here. King does have a buyback if he wants to bait something out.
They go straight to the tier 4s.
This is bold.
It is. Chrysalis is hitting so damn hard with the alacrity on him. Over 400 damage a hit on these tier 4s, let alone what he could do to a hero. Tornado. 1 tier 4 already down. 33 pulls the trigger on it. Epicenter goes down. All in on Amar. They've got it.
And the Shackle on the Tiny.
2 minutes. A Shackle on the Tiny. Sucks is almost dead, but the Meteor's the damage. It's overwhelming. BZM will drop up 1 more Sunstrike to go, and that's the way they'll close it out. They promised a show, and they delivered a show. Tundra will close out Game 4 in style.
They won against Falcons at full force with a draft that has worked for them year in, year out. The tanky frontliners, the infinite scalability, the supports that farm, and they just find angles in the team fight. Cataclysm giving the vision, the jumps in from 33. That last fight, you find the Shadow Demon at the same time. You get a full 6-second duration Shackle on the DK. It's just perfect. And there's so much pressure on Falcons in these later fights because of the buyback situation. The team fighting from Tundra is just unreal in some of these late game situations. And the consistency from this team, they have dominated all year, and they are continuing to dominate here.
That's right. 2025 has been so good to Tundra as they have just been top three constantly. A number of wins, including